Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome, and if you've already been here, hey, welcome back. And today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. Not just a little bit different, a lot different from what we normally talk about, which is hair. Today is going to be, all about down here in the mid section. Okay, I know a lot of people are probably gonna get offended with what I'm about to say, because some people don't like to hear about gas, farts, flute, whatever you want to call it. So please don't take offense to what I'm gonna say. If it helps you, it helps a friend, it helps your mother, your sister, just take it and don't throw me away. My mom always said, throw my words away, not me, okay? So, let's get right into it. So, today I'm going to be talking about gas. Yeah, as in farts, as in, excuse me, I need to go use the bathroom because there's an emergency happening down in here, Okay, so let me get serious with this. So I have been suffering from IBS. If you guys know what IBS is, it means Irritable Bowel Syndrome. So my intestines easily get irritated and they act up, and the result of that is I get bloated, I have diarrhea, I do number 2 a lot, if you know what I mean. And second of all, I'm gluten intolerant. Yes, so that means I can't eat regular bread, I can't eat regular cake, all those good stuff. Lactose intolerant. That means I can have regular milk and blah 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 blah. It's just a lot, okay? And to top it up, I am equally suffering from gastritis and stomach inflammation. So that means everything around my stomach is always a problem. From what I eat to what I drink to... Okay, let me give you a list of the things that personally, if I eat, it gives me issues. Salad. If I have just normal salad, I get bloated. I fart a lot, I use the toilet a lot, I burp a lot. If I have French fries, I fart a lot, go to the toilet, blah blah blah. If I have dairy milk, the same thing. Bread, the same thing, okay? So it's a lot. Like if you have those kind of issues, you know how hard it is. Sometimes you get so bloated that you cannot even stand being around people, because I will be sitting in a table with other people, I'm constantly like excuse excuse you can do that like 10,000 times. You want to fart, you can say excuse me 10,000 times, because it's like, where does she keep going? And the more you hold it in, the more you get bloated, the more the stomach gets angry, the more you get uncomfortable, and you'll be sweating everywhere. So if you have any of those issues, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's hard, okay? It's really, really hard. And I haven't taken medication. I try to watch what I eat. I don't drink sodas, just anything to keep the gas away. But it only helps for a while, and then it goes all over again. Like if I want to go to parties and I know, let's say a birthday party or something, and I know I have to eat cake and whatever, I have to bring my tablet with me, just so I don't get any kind of reactions. Sometimes the tablet doesn't even help, because if you eat those things in large quantity, it's not the tablet doesn't help, and the next day you still have the same problem all over again. So one day I'm just sitting on the sofa. I was really having issues with my stomach. My stomach was like really hurting. And if it wants to hurt, it's like mostly on the left side, like right here, the left side of my abdomen. It kind of hurts all the way to my back. Like that's how serious it is. It gets so bloated. I get bloated that it hurts all the way to my back. And if I'm on my period too, I get bloated normally, and I look like this. You get fat, and then it makes it worse. Then I go to the toilet even more, then I burp even more, then I do all those things even more. So one day I'm just like lying there with pain, and I'm really feeling so uncomfortable, and I'm like, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep up with this, but yeah, there should be a solution somewhere. Like there should be something. So I took my phone, I started, Googling, reading, watching videos, doing this, blah, blah, blah. And one particular article I saw, I don't remember which one it was, but it was just like, fenugreek. I'm like, I have fenugreek at home. I use it to grow my hair. So, are you serious? Like right now? And he said something like, mix fenugreek with some herbs and drink. I'm like, shoot. That same moment, I woke up from the sofa, went straight into the kitchen, cooked some water, and used my fenugreek. I drank. 5 minutes later, boom, stopped. I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Maybe because I'm just overthinking it, when you're sick and you want a solution, you want medication, everything works and it goes like really quickly, and then after it comes back. So I'm like, okay, let me know if I think this. And then through to the evening, nothing. I'm like, okay, good. Then in the evening I took another teacup, nothing. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling something. This is really good. So I did that morning, because it actually says, since people drink it as tea, you can take it as good as 3 times in a day. So I'm like, 3 times in a day, probably my stomach is gonna, get all angry even more. I mean, it's always already angry, gonna get angrier. So maybe I should limit it to 2 times. So I started taking 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening for 1 whole week. And bibbidi babbidi boo. Up until today, yeah. Let me roll my head again. My stomach has settled. Like, like even the Bible says your problems will be settled. My stomach, it don't settle. As I did tell you like this, I was shocked. Like, I was surprised. Even my husband is like, babe, have you noticed you haven't been burping so much? I'm like, yeah, duh. It's insane. I know, things work, medications work, but I had this one right under my nose all this while. I use it on my hair every single day. Why didn't I think about this all along? So I was so impressed by the result. So I'm like, somebody out there has to know about this. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who you are. But if you are having any issues with your stomach, fenugreek is the solution. I promise you. Take it, try it. So now, since the last week I took it, then the other week I started taking every second day, in the morning and in the evening. Right now I just finished my evening dose. Yeah, my evening dose, I call it. My evening dose, it was like somewhere around this cup. I drank, and a few hours before I go to bed, because I don't want to wake up to keep peeing, and yeah, and that's it. And I promise you, you are going to see results. Sometimes you need to be radical with these things. Don't listen to what the doctors are telling you. It's the same thing. Before I got pregnant, it was hard for me to conceive, And They kept telling me everything is fine with you, everything is okay, everything is blah blah blah. But then I had to take matters into my own hands. I had to take matters into my own hands, and today I have a son. So I don't know where you are, I don't know what your problems are, I don't know what you're going through, but if you want to hear that story of how I got pregnant, comment down below and you're going to be surprised by how easy it was. Like, it's something you actually probably have at home, something you know about, but you wouldn't even believe it works. So I'm just gonna put up a video of how I prepare my tea, and please, if you try it, it works, comment down below. You might be helping someone else, you might be helping a sister out walking around with a bloated stomach, farting and burping all over the place. It's not fun. I have lived 30 years of my life of that. It's not fun. It's not something I would wish for anyone. So now that I feel like I haven't had any bloated, I'm actually on my period right now, but I'm good, I'm fine. My stomach is all still, lumped, calm, nothing. So if you have the same thing, please try it and comment down below how it worked for you. And if it did work, of course you know what to do. Subscribe, like, and share. And I am going to see you guys in our next video.
So on to how I make my tea. I go ahead to boil some water separately and put in a pot. You are supposed to add herbs to this treatment, but because I don't have the herbs, I just put some hibiscus tea, which is infused with lemongrass and some other grass, and I put it in and then add my fenugreek, and I also add lemon, which is optional. You don't need to because it wasn't part of the recipe. So I went on to add some lemon and just let it simmer for at least 5 minutes, and I only put the amount of water which I need to drink 2 times, and then the next day I go ahead to prepare a new batch. And then I just added some honey into my teacup to give it a little bit of sweetness, and yeah, it's done, it's ready. I pour into my cup and I just go ahead to drink 2 times a day, in the morning and in the evening, and that's how I took care of my issues.